Tyson Fury allegedly paid a farmer $25,000 to actually, cover up for Tyson Fury in court when he was fighting his case in UKAD. Now, first of all, a lot of people have complaints, again, about you, Professor M, and they told me to ask you this question. So they said, since you already informed, because I informed you on the show that Tyson Fury got busted in the past for taking steroids in 2015. We had a little debate on it on a previous episode, and I told you that on our last episode, episode 25. And then when I asked you, didn't Tyson Fury fail the drug test in 2015? You said you don't know. So people want to know, why do you, always deflect and not answer the question, because you already know the information.
Oh, really?
So they saying, are you concussed from AkHi knocking you out from these previous episodes and you forgot the information, or you playing dumb? So since you already know the fact, because I informed you on it on the show, but earlier can you explain yourself?
You asked the question, and instead of and doing what people who aren't smart but try to act like they smart do, is they go and like say some stuff like they do. But somebody who doesn't have to act smart, what I did was I said that I don't know. And what I did was I went and looked it up. And before the show was over, before the show was over, I went and I stated that fact and I corrected. Just because you tell me something doesn't mean that it's fact, AkHi. That's the difference.
Facts. I don't talk about it. See, the difference between me and you, Professor M, I bring facts to the table. Hold on. So I told you that Tyson Fury cheated in the past and failed the drug test, and I showed you. And I did it on split decision. So people saying, you say you don't know, well, do your research. You're a professor. That's what y'all do. You're working on a $1.5 million research, but you won't do your research before you talk about boxing, especially after I informed you. So they saying, if you got a student and you don't do your homework, and if he don't do his homework and come to class, you're going to give him a 0, right?
No. Listen.
Hold on.
No.
But
listen.
now
so
you
what
come
happens
split
is
decision
like
and you don't do your research. You get a 0.
I get the topics before the show, right? And we were talking about his hand wraps. So that's what I was doing the research. I was looking at investigations, and you were doing this. But what you did was you interjected with something from 2015 that had nothing to do with hand wraps, and you were talking about some drugs and stuff like that.
I already informed you on it on that same episode and previous
But we weren't talking about that. So now, are we questioning him taking PEDs for this fight?
No,
so why are we talking about
it? That's a farmer. It's news that came out because they saying Tyson Fury is about to get banned his whole career. Because that's what everybody talking about. In the UK, that's what everybody talking about. In the US, that's what everybody talking about.
We're talking about the raps.
Do your research, Professor.
We're talking about the raps.
I'm talking. That's a different round. I already knocked you out. Are you concussed? We're talking about a different round. Like Fury, you got to stay with the subject.
I know. I can't keep up because it's the costume. It's the raps. It's the referee. It's I got drug. It's a drug bust from 2015. Like, come on. When will y'all just say like my man got beat?
It's the UK. It's the UK. It's the UK that came out with a report. Do your research.
The UK?
Do your research. The UK Daily Mail, the biggest reporting article in the UK, and many more.
Are they saying that he popped for this fight?
Bro, they saying Tyson Fury is facing a 8-year suspension after UKAD is about to reopen the case in 2015 that he was suspended for 2 years. UKAD is reopening the case since this 70-year-old farmer came out stating that Tyson Fury allegedly paid him $25,000 25,000 pounds, not dollars, in order to lie and say that he provided him meat that has steroid in it, contaminated meat. The Canelo excuse. And that's what he provided him, and that's how he beat the case against UKAD. So UKAD is reopening the case, and this is the biggest news of the day. Dante dropped a video on it. New Media dropped a video on it, and this is the hottest topic as we speak. This is not me speaking. This is me doing my job reporting on boxing. That's what split decision is. We report on what's taking place in the sport of boxing. Today, the hottest topic is Tyson Fury is getting his case reopened from 2015 for failing a drug test against Klitschko when UKAD actually let him pass because of this excuse that he made with this farmer. So explain. So what you gonna say now to the fact that Tyson Fury actually paid the farmer $25,000 to lie? Explain that. Explain that fact with your opinion. Go ahead.
That was wrong. He shouldn't have done it. That has nothing to do with him whooping Wilder's ass.
Fuck Wilder right now. We talking about the fact that he failed a drug test. He facing an 8-year ban. Talk about the subject. Quit talking about Wilder.
What are you talking about? That was wrong. He shouldn't have did it.
Okay.
He still whooped Wilder's ass.
Should he be suspended? Oh, by cheating. Why you don't add the key part? By cheating.
We don't allegedly.
Man, quit trolling, Brian. Quit trolling, Professor Nam. That's not professional. You losing credibility.
You getting emotional.
The comment section because I'm talking about Tyson Fury failed drug test. This is a serious matter. This dude's putting a blackout on the sport as a whole, and you co-signing that. You're making a fool of yourself on split decision.
Hey, calm down.
I'm trying to tell you, what are you trolling for?
Calm down.
Bro, your personality, you're not a troll. Quit trolling on split decision.
AkHi, chill.
Come on, man. Talk about the subject. Go ahead.
That was wrong. He shouldn't have done it. It has nothing to do with him whooping Wilder's ass.
He's facing an 8-year suspension or a ban from the sport as a whole. So quit. I know he wrong. Quit stating the obvious. What's understood don't have to be explained. So talk about your expertise in this subject. I mean, when a female that ran track cheated and used steroids in the Olympics, they locked her up for 4 years. Forget about suspension. Dante talked about that. I'm talking about this Tyson Fury cheating, paying a farmer $25,000 in order to cover up his track to lie. I mean, the audacity. And you over here even co-signing what he doing, talking about, oh, he shouldn't did it. I know he shouldn't did it.
How's that co-signing?
I'm saying, talk about the subject. Okay, go in depth about it. You think he should be banned from the sport? You think he should be locked up? You think he should be charged for criminal act? Go in depth about it before I get my take. Quit trolling. Let's talk for real. Let's talk boxing.
Listen. All of these things are coming up because everybody was shocked in the world. And I'm not talking about the coronavirus. I'm talking about white boy Tyson Fury that came and beat Wilder. All right. So what they're doing is they're looking up all of these things in his background. Okay. So what did he do? There is a case that happened in 2015. And if it is confirmed that he paid a farmer $25,000 to lie because he wanted to cheat, then he should face an 8-year ban. That's like simple. I don't have to defend that. I don't want to defend that.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get your take on that.
That's what I said.
And I co-sign that.
Right. So this has nothing to do with people are saying like this. The evidence and no, like what? Because this is something that is actually. Something that's going to be investigated, we can talk about the facts. Okay. Right now, what y'all are talking about, there's no investigation. Wilder hasn't even alleged anything. Why are you talking about Wilder?
We moved on that subject. We spent 30 minutes talking about that. Let's talk about the fact that allegations
I like the parallel
of the farmer thing. We already know he cheated against Deontay Wilder. Let's focus on this next matter. Tyson Fury is facing an 8-year ban and possibly suspension from the sport as a whole, and he should be suspended because once you're a cheater, you will always be a cheater. He already cheated once, and he gonna cheat again. His cousin cheated, and allegedly he cheated in the Deontay Wilder fight with the glove situation in the past. Mark McDonald busted him with it, and now with the fact that Tyson Fury, this dude, the farmer, 70-year-old man, telling him. And this is facts because UKAD said that this dude basically was in the conversation. He actually provided the statements and a letter saying that he actually gave Tyson Fury contaminated meat during the camp, which he came out and clarified and said that he lied and he feel guilty for lying because that's not part of, he's 70-year-old. So of course he don't want to die with guilt. So I think Tyson Fury should be suspended from the sport. He should be even locked up for a criminal act once he guilty for the situation in court. So, but since Tyson Fury,
you saying that he should be locked up for taking steroids?
Yeah. For taking steroids, for doing tampering with glove and all that above. For all these things that he did in the sport of boxing. This dude is a criminal. Because when you go in a ring, you could accidentally kill your opponent. And Tyson Fury is fighting with bare knuckle and steroids.
That's a dangerous precedence that you're signing because there's a lot of athletes who have been caught with steroids. So we have to go and look at all of their cases, and then they would have to go to jail too.
Well, what's that female that ran track and they locked her up because she was from the coincidental list? She black, and they locked her up because she ran track and took steroids. And you talking about a guy that goes in a ring and takes steroids and they ain't gonna do nothing about it, and he paid the man to lie in court? That's criminal.
Her name
That's
is
criminal.
Her name is Marion Jones.
Marion Jones, thank you. Tyson Fury is criminal what he did because he paid an old man, 70-year-old. What, man, where is the logic behind all this? You pay a man to lie in court and you telling me it's okay? Or he don't need to be locked up? He should be locked up. I'm not saying the judge gonna do what he think is necessary. I'm just saying whatever the judge does is not too far. But since he got the complexion for the protection and the hope insurance, I doubt it happened. Of course it won't happen. But I'm saying what should happen.
Well, at least there's an investigation. There is somebody who has some allegations who knows about what's going on. So I can appreciate that and I can respect that.
We have someone for the first time in history co-signing what you're saying. They threw a super chat. Renko Dio, he said, I'm with Nims on this one. That's wrong. First of all, it's Professor Stevie Wonder, but I'm with Professor Stevie Wonder on this one. Allegedly, allegations, no facts. Well, just to inform you, this is actually a fact because this guy is signed on dotted papers in court. So we're not talking about speculations. We're talking about facts. So let's not play dumb. Like I said, at the end of the day, these facts, he actually he helped Tyson Fury beat the case against UKAD in the UK. And Tyson Fury, like I said, once you're a cheater, you will always be a cheater.
So Chris Bone says, give the belt back and restore Wilder's record. Conscious Awareness says,
100.
Young Pharaoh won.
AkHi knocked out Professor Stevie Wonder. I'm sorry, Professor Stevie Wonder.
Conscious Awareness also says that AkHi got corona symptoms. So maybe that's why your arguments are not.
What do you receive? What do you speak? You receive right back. You say it, it might apply to you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, let's not read the trolls.
BWick 8038 says Professor Tyson Fury.
Read the comments that's bashing you if you're going to do that. That's all of them bashing you.
Are you
Quit
listening?
capping. So who this AkHi? Where you calling from and who this is?
Hey, what's up, fellas? This LCD Boxing calling in again.
What's going on?
Yeah, how you doing, AkHi?
Man, I hear y'all, man, and y'all going. I mean, the show fire tonight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it going on for both ends.
And I knocked out Professor Nemo, and where the smoke is fire. These no allegations. These are facts. Yeah, I put it together like puzzle. Allegedly.
Just
but
because
keep
he
going.
said it's true.
How you doing, AkHi?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to speak on it just a little bit. And before you say something, AkHi, I just want you to hear me out.
Yeah,
okay?
Go ahead.
So I kind of understand what Professor Mills is talking about when he say, when he said the fans just feel some kind of way that Deontay Wilder lost because we used to see him get them knockouts. But what he missing one thing though. That's the decaps.
He's speaking he co-signing the decaps. The casual ass fans.
Right. But then on the flip side, though, I understand what he's saying. When you bring up the cheating in the past, that ain't got nothing to do with this fight right here. But
it's a different subject.
Side,
it's a different round.
Right. But I get what he's saying. But on the flip side, I understand the point you're trying to make is the dude been caught cheating several times before. You got world champions or former world champions saying, "Hey, man, that's cheating," and he act like he can't even see your point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Logically, let's speak with logic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Are you smarter than the fifth grader? That's all I'm saying.
Right. And the other thing is, Professor Mills don't even answer the questions you ask him. But when he do answer a question, how about you do this, man? How about you answer the question without a narrative? You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing.
Right. I'm a professor. That's usually how we talk.
Answer the question.
Well, okay, but
you just don't like the answer. So, I mean, give me a question. Let me see how.
You be deflecting and changing the
answered.
subject.
So give me a question that I haven't answered.
Solve it, AkHi.
Give me a question I haven't answered.
Okay, you're not gonna tell me what questions I could ask you, bro. Like if I can ask you a question,
you can ask me any question. That's what I'm saying.
He ain't gonna answer him. He ain't gonna answer him. What's the point? Don't even ask him because he ain't gonna answer him.
You gonna let him talk? You gonna let him talk?
Well, Professor Neal,
he's so emotional.
Did you see any blood on Tyson Fury's left glove?
Listen,
and or tape and or hand wrap?
Listen, I saw on it looked like his left hand on his pinky and his ring finger, it looked like red smudges. That
Are you talking about the hand wrap?
On the hand wrap? Yes, like on the not necessarily like the knuckle part, but like the knuckle going down the index of the finger. Yes,
but on the wrap, right?
Yeah, on the wrap.
How can you tell me some scenarios how you think that blood got there?
When you are in a contact sport where fluids are going everywhere, like have you ever like kind of like done something and then you kind of look and like say, how did I get this blood? Man.
I'm just asking you a straight question. You can.
But like, you're saying that I don't need a narrative. But listen, you asked me like, how do you do this? And then when I explained it, you say, I don't need a narrative.
No. What I'm saying is you don't gotta
answer the question, man.
You gave the example already. You don't have to tell the story. You already said. You said the fluid goes down there, right? Okay. So I'm following you. But if you say that, then where's the blood on his right hand?
When he hit Deontay Wilder on his ear that was bleeding. Yeah, answer that.
Well, I'm trying to keep it simple, AkHi. Like,
I'm with you.
Where's the blood on his right hand?
Listen. I cannot tell you how body fluids are evenly distributed when two big guys are doing that.
I didn't ask you that. That you're doing it again. I didn't ask you that. You said about the left hand. You gave me an example of how blood could get to the left hand. So using that same logic, can you tell me where's the blood on his right hand?
Listen.
You ain't making logical sense.
Cannot explain the logic. But listen.
Exactly.
Listen, hold on. I've boxed before. I've done this. I've busted somebody's nose. I've done that, and then I've taken off my wraps, and then I've noticed. Listen, I've taken off my gloves and wraps and noticed that I had blood like around my fingernails. So what does that mean? Like, does that mean that I was cheating or like that I had my?
No. I didn't say that. I'm just asking very specific questions. Because I don't want to get. I'm trying to keep it simple and not make it complicated.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just going by your answer. Your answer was when I asked you, could you think of a way or a couple of ways how Tyson Fury's Deontay Wilder's blood got on Tyson Fury's knuckles in the guys? You said, it could be some bodily fluids. I'm paraphrasing. But the point you was making was it could be some body fluids that seep down in there.
Yes.
And I'm not disagreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. But my thing is, Tyson Fury was also hitting Deontay Wilder with his right hand, in the ear area, and it was bleeding like hell. But he has no blood nowhere on his knuckles in the right hand. But
I'm not sure if we know that or not. I don't know if we. I don't know if we inspected his right hand. I don't know if we inspected his right hand. Because you're stating that unequivocally that there's no blood on his right hand.
There isn't.
I'm saying you can't
see it with your own eyes. Quit speaking logically, Professor.
See, I said
what does that mean? Stop saying that. Speak logically. I'm saying that we cannot logically say that there's. I mean, are you saying that that's not true? That we have determined that there was no blood on his right hand.
No, I didn't say that. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I asked you again. I didn't tell you. What I asked you was, could you see? I didn't ask you nothing about logically or did they prove anything, because we're going by what we could see. You said you could see blood on the left glove. So if you could see blood on the left glove, and you was very specific, you said on the pinky finger and the ring finger area. You said the other fingers, you didn't mention them. So that tells me that you can tell the difference between a stain in one area and a stain not in the other. So if you can discern that, then you should at least be able to give me an idea why there ain't no blood on his right hand.
So what's your answer?
Quit dancing around.
So what's your theory?
No, we asking you.
See, there we go again. I asked you the question. You gonna answer the question with a question? That's like a straw man tactic.
You see that? That's what they talking about.
Listen, guys. So when you're having a discourse or whatnot, so there is like points that you do. So I stated unequivocally that I cannot honestly tell you how blood and fluids are distributed between the right and the left hand. So
and I accepted that.
And like, all right, but I'm also stating because like there's a premise behind that question. So I said, what is your theory between Tyson Fury having that gut? Because like you can ask me, you can ask me the question, but then I answer. You be like, you're deflecting.
You ain't answering
so what is your theory?
Hold
on, what's your theory?
Listen, man.
Theory, what's your call? I mean,
I just know something wasn't right with that left glove. Now, before all of this started, I was thinking, you know, maybe I like, man, come on, somebody making excuses for my man Wilder, because I like both fighters. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on it, right? But I started clicking on the videos. I seen Young Pharaoh first, and then I seen some dudes from Canada. Then I seen Dante, and then I went back. Then Young Pharaoh kept dropping videos seemed like every other day, right? But then all of these guys started putting pictures up on the glove, man, and it was a lot of blood on that left glove. I mean, it was way more blood on the left glove than the right glove. So I'm just going by what I can see. From what I can see.
Tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. Tell me what that means.
No, I'm just, everything was from what you can see, man. All I'm saying is, why is the glove, why can I see knuckles in the palm area of the glove?
On his right or left hand?
On his left hand. Why is the laces? Why are the laces so much looser?
Right.
You know, like
on his left hand.
I'm not saying he cheated.
Too,
I'm not saying he cheated. What I'm saying is he was fighting like that. Never complained about it. Never mentioned it. You know, from what the rules say, that should be an illegal. I mean, that's called a tampered glove. Nobody said nothing about it. I didn't say he cheated. He might not have known it was like that. But a lot of world champions say, hey, something looked wrong with his glove. George Groves said you can clearly see his fist in this area of the glove. I don't know what was going on, but the glove was definitely not on right. I don't know why the referee didn't catch it. That's what these guys are saying. And I'm not no world champion. I'm just going by, you know, what the world champion
logical
is saying.
sense, common sense.
And now I'm being logical, so you know.
Okay, all right. So you're saying that he's doing this, and that gives him an advantage because
he hitting with his knuckles.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. But if you ask me, do I think that would give an advantage? I'll answer that question.
Listen, I don't know if you ever done that. If you've ever put your hand in a glove around the thing, it does not give you any power. It will allow you to.
It's not a full power. Listen, I come from a fighting family. Yes, I have fought, but on the streets for money. And I can tell you, if you hit somebody with your knuckles, you don't really have to hit them that hard to hurt them. That's what I'm gonna tell you. And any fighter will tell you that too.
Okay, but the thing is that we all stated that the hurtful punches came from his right hand. Okay. All the pictures everybody's been showing is from the left hand. So I'm like, why would the most hurtful punches come from the hand? I'm kind of confused.
He punched you with his bare knuckle. He punched you with his bare knuckle from inside the glove. No, the left hand. The left hand.
I didn't say the left hand.
Why did he get knocked down with the right hand then?
Because he hit him with the left hand first. So the right hand just put his ass down because he hit him on the back of the hand as well. So the right hand helped the left hand put his ass down. Common sense, man.
No, that's common sense.
Are you smarter than the fifth grade?
That's common sense. I mean, I'm sorry because y'all been to so many boxing gyms that
y'all
know
I box. I know what time it is.
Like y'all, I'm saying that. So you've known boxers that say that, hey man, you can get an advantage. You've been to boxing gyms and you do that.
So if he didn't get a chance, he won't cheat.
I'm asking
Ask Tyson Fury why did he cheat? Because only a cheater knows how to get away with cheating. But Tyson Fury said in the past that if I don't fight with these gloves, when he was leading up to fight Klitschko, he said, if I don't fight with these gloves that I requested, then I won't fight. I will pull out. And he was serious. And he said, either we fight bare knuckle or we fight with this. So at the end of the day, we know what time it is.
Somebody else said that. Who was it? Floyd Mayweather.
Professor Nam,
oh my God.
He got a concussion. Well, I appreciate it, AkHi. I got a lot of callers. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Deuces, man. LCD Boxing. One love.
100. Peace. Hey, so hit the bell one time. Hit the bell 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. OG swag, man. I appreciate it. You know, we're trying to be swagged up like you. You already know what time it is. You got to bless us one day and call in, man, because you be showing love, every single time. And like I said, man, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you got that Toronto guap, but I got to speak to you, AkHi. Appreciate it for always supporting. I got a call on the line, but man, at least throw your Instagram out there so people could follow you, you know what I'm saying? So we could give you a shout out, man. It's good. It's a good fight. At the end of the day, though, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all my AkHi. Shout out to the AkHi Nation, the AkHi family. AkHi stand for my brother, and this is the Boxing Brotherhood. Split Decision is a boxing debate / talk show. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these decasts, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media. Of course, new media in the house we representing. Shout out to DBN for starting the new media wave that I'm a part of. And if you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post to go live on Split Decision every Sunday live. The hottest boxing debate show out there. So tune in, click on the notification bell so you won't miss a show. And hopefully one day you will graduate from the AkHi University where I preach the truth and nothing but the truth. And the truth will set you free. So you can try to hide from it, but at the end of the day, you can't hide it because the truth will find its way out. With that being said, today, you already know, people saying in the chat, Professor Stevie Wonder, he concussed because he didn't see AkHi coming. So with that being said, state your last thoughts, and then we're going to take the last call, and then we're going to end the show and see y'all next week.
Y'all already know what it is. Cool, calm, and collective. You know what I'm saying? I should be 3C instead of 3P, but punted with the PhD in pugilism. Call in. I love substantive arguments, discourse, back and forth. I do speak in narrative. That's where professor comes from. It's like you profess. And so, because context is important, and I also like to speak in a way that's edifying, because I like to teach. And also, I learn some too. Like, I don't mind when facts come and stuff.
You know what I bring? I bring facts to the table. I speak the truth, not my emotion. I speak logic and facts.
I would agree to disagree.
And you say you call you 3C, 3 caps, because today you capping 3 times. When I knocked you out, you thought it was a split decision. Nah, it's a knockout because that's why it's called 3 caps.
Said Professor Nails is undefeated, so I appreciate.
In his dreams. In his dreams.
I appreciate that.
Look, Professor, I would have enjoyed the show better today if I had a lower IQ. But at the end of the day, I got a higher IQ, and you already know they don't see me coming. So, like I said, you could say he undefeated, but prove me wrong. No one had an answer to my questions, and I answer all the questions. So I'm gonna call the last caller of the day, as I promised them. It's 2-minute limit per person, but like I said, we give exceptions sometimes, and y'all got to keep in mind, y'all can't be mad at me because it's so many callers that I'm receiving. I'm doing like a 5-man operation. So I'm doing so much. I got to pick up calls. I got to read comments. And I got to knock out Professor Nim. And I want him to see the punch that I'm going to knock him out with. So, it's a lot I got to do. You know what I mean? So
I do want to make one comment, though. And I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I want to say that, there was some controversy about Wilder and them throwing in the towel. And Wilder, he said that he wants to go out on his shield.
He's a real champion. That's why he cut from a different cloth.
If you can't even get to the fight with your armor on, how the hell you gonna go out on your shield? I'm gone.
You need a question.
I'm gone.
You need a question. Tyson Fury punching with a bare knuckle. That's what you need to focus more on than a guy that's willing to go out on his shield and die in the ring for what he loved. That's how you be great in something. So you could take notes, because you over here not doing your homework and your research coming into Split Decision. Who this AkHi and where you calling from?